The Home Buying Process, Module 4, the Closing Process. Closing day is the day that you officially become a homeowner. While your mortgage lender will know all the required steps of this process, being educated as a home buyer will make the process go along smoother and faster. On closing day, you will sign all of the final paperwork and pay closing costs, lending fees, and any taxes that may be due, which usually only takes a couple of hours. You will need to bring several documents with you on this day. To begin, you will need to bring a form of government-issued photo ID, such as your driver's license or passport. If your mortgage lender requires you to have homeowner's insurance, you will be required to show proof that you have enrolled in a plan. You should contact your insurance company a few days before closing day to ensure that you will have the proper documentation on time. Any costs that are due on this day cannot be paid using a personal check. You will need to obtain a cashier's check from your bank or do a wire transfer. A cashier's check is similar to a personal check, except it is certified and ensures that you have enough money in your account to pay for the written amount. There are also some documents that will be sent to you prior to closing day, which you will need to review and bring with you. One of these is your closing disclosure, which outlines your loan amount, interest rate, monthly payments, and closing costs. Your lender is required to provide this document to you at least 3 business days before your closing day, so that you have time to properly examine the details before signing. You will also want to compare your closing disclosure with the documents provided to you on closing day to ensure that everything is correct. You'll also receive a new copy or the original loan application that you filled out when you first applied, which you will need to review and sign. Lastly, your lender may also be required to send you an initial loan estimate, which details the terms, interest rate, closing costs, and the overall cost of obtaining the mortgage. You will also be provided with additional documentation on your closing day, which you should be prepared to sign, including a mortgage deed of trust, a mortgage note, an initial escrow statement, transfer of tax declarations, a certificate of occupancy, if applicable, title documents, and a deed. Woo, that sounds like a lot. But each document is simple to understand, and you can also consult with your agent or lender if there is any confusion. A mortgage deed of trust is an agreement between the borrower, you, and the lender, stating that you agree to pay the debt. If the borrower defaults on a loan or doesn't pay, the lender has the right to foreclose or sell the home. A mortgage note outlines everything included in your mortgage, such as the loan amount, interest, payment dates, and the repercussions of missing payments. Once you sign this document, you are legally obligated to repay everything that is listed. Next, if an escrow account is required for your mortgage, you will be provided with an initial escrow statement. This statement details your payments on taxes and insurance from your escrow account for the first year of your mortgage. Additionally, you may be required to sign a transfer of tax declarations, depending on the state that you live in. This document simply discloses your home sale price and the sales taxes that are owed. If you're moving into a new build, you will also be provided with a certificate of occupancy. This simply certifies that the home which you are moving into is safe and structurally sound. Deeds and title documents are kind of like a receipt, which proves that you are now the owner of the property. Once the buyer and seller have signed the deed, the title of the home is transferred to the buyer. This is important because it ensures that previous owners and their heirs have no right to the property, and also gives you the right to eventually sell the home. Now that you know all about the documents that you will be required to sign on closing day, you are ready to begin your journey as a homeowner. If you want to be extra organized, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has an online checklist for closing day. After closing day, you should keep a file of all of your documents so that you can refer to them if needed. Remember that it's always best to ask any and all questions that you have during the home buying process. And congratulations on your accomplishment. On closing day, you will need a form of ID, as well as proof of insurance and any other paperwork provided. To pay on closing day, a wire transfer or a cashier's check will be required. No cash or check allowed. Make sure to keep all documents from closing day filed away for future needs.